So, with that little fetch quest taken care of, although it really wasn't all that little, let's go ahead and speak with Geonomus again for the next challenge in Oh, he has to talk to us first. I hope these past few turns of the sun have proved as productive for you as they have for us. We have much to share. Indeed, with the challenge entitled Desire, Geonomus and his son have completed their investigation into Ridorana. So what have you discovered? Ridorana is the name of both a massive gap in the southern Volnard Sea and the lighthouse once manned by the Royal Damascan Navy to prevent ships from succumbing to the cataract's currents. I stress once manned, as the tower has lain empty since its candlekeeps abandoned their posts after the fall of Rabanasta. But if Pharaoh Sirius offers any indication of what can befall a lighthouse in the absence of its caretakers... Yes, but the real question of how all this ties in with the Velician legend. A cursory examination of the Zodiac Grave story reveals no mention of a Ridorana. Yet it seemed foolish to assume that a name cannot change in the centuries since the tale was writ. So I thought to cross-reference texts from modern Isselbardian history with our translations of the Durai papers. And after an exhaustive re-examination of my ancestors' notes, I discovered that there was not a single entry on Ridorana. And while mention of the Volnard Sea was abundant, I found no reference whatsoever to any cataract or lighthouse within its waters. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, the lizards don't approve either. Ramses' discovery prompted me to examine the mystery from a different perspective. What if there was no mystery at all? What if at the time of Delita's rise the chasm did not yet exist? There is more, but only a visit to the lighthouse will enable us to confirm our theories with any certainty. Which means, we're finally getting on the road. It does, doesn't it there, Elizabeth? Alright, Ramsa. The Ridorana lighthouse lies far from civilization. You will be wise to provision for the trip here in Hingashi. That is not a problem for me. Of course. And so away we go. Prima Vista leaving its place in Kugane to go to places unknown. So, sometime later, well, we certainly found something very visually impressive. We have indeed found the place we were looking for. So we're taking a alternate ship to have a look at the place. Back onto terra firma. Something is very wrong here. Yeah, the lizards and the Mughals came along too. And Lena. Mayhap it is best if we split in a fellowship into two parties. One to delve into the tower's depths and one to observe from afar. As acting expedition subleader, I appoint you captain of the first. You may use this spyglass to aid in your search for the missing lizard. So yeah, he's entrusting this to us. And what about our lizards?
Damn it, brother, where are you?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find them sooner or later, rather than later, hopefully. So we want to go to the intended mark on the map, which is right over here. So we gotta look around to find a suitable vantage point. This location appears to offer an adequate view. Climb up and scan the area for any sign of Bagamnon. So now we have to go and see where he is. Find him before it's too late. Now, based on my previous experience, he should be somewhere in this general direction right over here. Found him. Yeah, he's over on the far left. So yeah, there he is.
You found him? Let me see.
Yep, there he is.
He needs our help.
Yeah, better go do it then. It does, doesn't it, Elizabeth?
Prince Rosler, Princess Ashalia, I know you cannot forgive me. Nor should you. It is all my fault. I cannot save you. Cannot save anyone. Anyone but myself. I am so sorry. Bagamnon, wait!
Yeah. Okay, we're here to save you. But...
Traitors! Have you no pride? You treat with the very men who laid waste to our homeland!
like, what are you talking about?
You are mistaken, brother! There are no Imperialists here, we've come to help!
Unfortunately, he can't see it. He's kind of losing his mind here. In fact... this is not good.
I know what I see! Mine own kid sided with the enemy! How dare you stain my audience with the princess! The tumor?
Yeah, it's warped his mind. Maybe we should try knocking it out of his hand or something?
He has him, Kupo! It's showing him what he wants to see!
And now he's seeing Livia.
Witch! Murderess!
And then... uh-oh. And unfortunately, I can't use myself as a shield because I don't have armor on. Oh, Lena. Yeah, you're not gonna like what you hear.
Gunfire?
Thankfully, he missed. Because Corinne had to bring out her weapon.
So this is the end.
Oh, but now the Orsay's picked up a little extra.
Recite the words. Satisfy the covenant. Relinquish thy soul unto me, and be granted that which thou desirest most in all the world. sword in hand, a warrior clutches stone to breast. Look at me, brother! Look at me!
Unfortunately, all he sees is the stone.
In soul HT, his fading memories. Don't you die! Not yet! In stone, his tempered skill. We promised we'd all go together when our time came. You can't leave us here! By sword attested, by stone revealed.
And in a blinding flash of light...
That light! Where have I seen it before? Oh no.
Yeah, this cannot be good. Yeah, but Gamden's back on his feet. But now, yeah, his thighs turned yellow. Plus, his arm has picked up an insane amount of muscle mass. And his brothers are trembling for their lives. He's dang gone lost control and he's disappeared. Yeah. Whatever you're doing, you need to leave the lighthouse right away! Right away, do you hear? Yeah. We have to beat a retreat. So, flying back without Bagamnon. So yeah, back to the Prima Vista. Now we have to speak with Genomus again. It is as we feared then, but Gomnon's soul is lost. And those simple words give us 1153 gil and the world map orchestrion roll. Stand strong and unified. So now, on to our next quest, entitled Annihilation. A solid plan of action must be devised before facing the Banga transformed. Much as I wish it were otherwise, I fear Begamnon is beyond saving. Yet we cannot suffer what is left of him to become a destruction. So yeah, we have to discuss what we're gonna do next.
Father, is not now the time to abandon this quest? We are meddling with forces beyond.
Yeah, Ranger just shrugs it off like, whatever.
Enough, Alma. We adults are talking. While Corinne was searching for the lizard, I inspected an area of exposed foundation at the base of the lighthouse. And you were right, Father. The lighthouse is built squarely atop the ruins of what can only be the clockwork city of Goog. The what-work city of who? According to the Zodiac Grave story, the clockwork city of Goog was a metallic metropolis wherein airships, automata, and other technological marvels of the age were first conceived. Little is said about its location, however, save that it was far away.
While the Durai papers do not say a great deal more, they do mention that the land upon which the legendary city was built was severely limited, an inconvenience for forced its inhabitants to build up rather than out. Which led me to ask myself, what if the reason land was limited was because the land in question was an island? But that would still not explain the mission of the cataract. It is inconceivable that authors would neglect to mention so prominent a landmark had it existed. And then I found it. A lone passage regarding Goog's fall. While the particulars were missing, it appears the city was abandoned after an explosion left it half in ruin. I believe that this explosion may have undermined a portion of the seabed. It need only have been a small area at first, one that could have well gone unnoticed during the Exodus. As time passed, however, the waters would have continued to wear away at the rock, slowly widening the gap until... well, until we have what lies beneath us today. That would explain why there is no mention of Ridorana prior to the present era. Come, Father, will you not tell them the rest? Of the possibility that we Gallians are descended in part from the displaced citizens of Goog? Is that even a valid statement? It would explain how the Empire was able to forge its armies of iron even before the discovery and application of elegant technology. And it may also explain why the legend of Ivalice has resonated with our people of centuries, despite the fact that the Lost Kingdom was, as far as we can tell, in quite a different corner of the world. An interesting, if somewhat ambitious theory, but return to your original claim. It is your belief that the Ridorana lighthouse stands atop what is left of... Yeah, while they're discussing it, Alma... yeah, she was worried about what everyone's getting into. That necklace! Where did you get it, girl? Yeah, why are you asking about it?
It was my mother's.
Your mother's? It was my late wife's most cherished possession. Why do you ask? Bagarnin had a talisman he would wear beneath his jerkin. He refused to take it off even when bathing. He said it was special. I only saw it a few times, but it looked exactly like the one your daughter wears. And? What are you implying, Lizard? That my sister stole it or my late mother? Neither. I spoke of their similarity, that is all.
Can you believe the nerve of this boy?
Exactly. Yeah, Mont Blanc nodding in agreement. Enough, Ramza. Our guests are merely concerned for the well-being of their kin. But what of our kin? What of them, Ramza? Do you imagine our kin to be better than theirs in some way? Or anyone else's for that matter? I apologize, Father. We have but one purpose, son, and that is to prove the existence of Ivalice and clear our family's name. Do not allow anger or hate to lead you from that path. Now, we have a lost city to explore. Indeed, we do. And so now, at long last, after 90 long minutes, we finally now have access to the Ridorana Lighthouse, the new 24-man dungeon. And so now it's time for us to go suit up into Dragoon mode and get ready for what will unquestionably be one of the hardest things we will ever do in this game.